good, T-minus?
Alright, let's get started with this Tupac painting, which is definitely one of my favorite artists, if not my actual favorite artist. First things first, we're going to go ahead and we're going to block in everything. Now I'm trying to block in everything, but I'm still trying to, think about the tones and think about the colors that I'm adding, just so that when I do go over it with my glaze, it's not as complicated and it's a lot easier. The first thing I did before I started painting this, as you can see, is I got my outline down. What I did was I drew it on my sketch pad, and then I transferred that over to the canvas. I actually started this painting almost 7 years ago, so I was just now getting to this and I'm just now finishing up. But yeah, blocked in the eyes. It's already starting to come together. At this point, not really sure how exactly it's gonna, turn out, but I'm really excited about it. I'm trying to get better with my tones. It's one of my weak points in my artwork, I think, is coming up with the actual tones that's needed for the painting and needed for the flesh tones. Oftentimes, I just wing it, honestly. I just wing it and I just go from there, and whatever comes out, comes out. And sometimes that's super fun to do, and sometimes that's a cool process because you never know what your end result is going to be. But if I want to get better, then I should start focusing on my tonal values and really trying to get the exact values I needed. But even with that, for this painting is actually harder because the reference photo that I was going for is actually a black and white photo. So I was actually making up the tones on this, which made it difficult, but I think I was able to get through it. So now at this point, like, the face is almost, completely put in, just knocking in the lips. Trying to get the right color for the lips, which I don't know if I got right away, but it took some time and I had to work on it. In the neckband and the chest, the hand. My weak point for sure is drawing hands. That's something I need to focus on, something I need to practice. I think that's what a lot of people need to practice. It's probably one of the tougher things to draw. So just diving in and getting the tones and the lights and shadows and values of the hands. And then moving on to the bandana, which I had no idea what color bandana I was going to do when I started this, but I think I chose the right color. I'm going to be honest. I was very impressed and happy with my result, big time. So just keeping it going. I actually added go paint for the ring just to make it pop. It's weird paint that I found in Michael's, and it worked out pretty well. And then I just filled in the shirt, did something simple, nothing too crazy because I didn't want it to contrast too much with the roses behind Tupac. So just going through and just really blocking everything in. This is the first layer, and it's not even toned right or anything. This is where you're blocking and someone would look and think that it's done, but you know that you got to go over everything and add those highlights, add those shadows, bring the depth in, bring those values in. So yeah. Getting a little piece of that chain. Now this is where the fun begins, big time. This is where you start glazing. And you can see the first thing I go in with that burnt sienna. and I just go over the entire face. And what that does is it gives the face more of a rich, vibrant color. And this almost the first thing I do with darker skinned portraits. I go through over it and glaze it with the burnt sienna because I just love the way it makes it pop. I think it pops so dope. Like, and you could just see it. You can look at it and you can see like how much more vibrant the skin and flesh tones are at this point. And then what you do at this point is you go through and you add your highlights. You add your highlights, and the highlights with the contrast of the burnt sienna just completely changes the image, and it gives it so much depth, and it gives you that 3D, 3D object feel that's actually there, actually in front of you, and that's what I'm going for, So I'm just going through and I'm just hooking up those highlights and those tones just to give the face some depth. I think it's coming together amazingly at this point, honestly. I had to get a little shot for the Instagram and TikTok. Follow me. But yeah, just working on the face, just diving into it, really studying the reference photo. Seeing what I can do to make it look closer to the likeness of Pac, and try to do him justice. Just going in on the hand right there, nice and smooth like, taking my time, trying to get it right, especially on the hands since I have trouble painting hands sometimes, so definitely trying to like take my time and make sure I don't mess up at this point. I think I did okay, honestly. I think it came out nice. See, but this is just a cool part, but the best part, literally the best part in finishing a painting is those details. And this is where we start to really dive in to the details, really. Details in the hand. And in just a sec, we're gonna get into the details of the face. So actually diving in with those lines, those deep lines, those rich whites. Get a better look, and then we're gonna come in and act. This is the details that we love, honestly, getting in there and actually putting those individual hairs and inside, and just bringing the paint. This is what brings the painting to life, honestly, when you go back in with those deep colors and you paint those individual hairs for the eyebrows, and you give those highlights, and you really dive into the deep details. And that's what just makes everything pop. So here I'm just doing the other eyebrow. Which, if you know Tupac, he had them thick eyebrows. He had the thickum eyebrows for sure. But they fit him. It worked out for him. Just go through. Sometimes take a napkin and wipe up what I don't need. Those creases, those wrinkles, all those things. This is where you come back in and you really make them strong. The top of the eyelid, the eyelashes, just actually giving the depth and giving that tonal value in there. That's what this part is about. And I guess I take a little bit of an acrylic approach and come back in as if once everything is dry and really put these details in, versus when you're working in oil, which this is oil. Normally you work wet and wet, and I like coming back afterwards and really putting some of these details in because I feel like I have a little more control. But I like working with oils usually much more than acrylic, but sometimes I use my oils like acrylic in this instance. But yeah, this is what it turned into. This is what it looked like. Those details on the lips, it's just a good feeling, man. Just a really good feeling to finish this painting. As you can see underneath, there's still more to go, but when I started this painting in 2015, I thought I was going to be done years ago, so I'm just happy that I'm getting closer, and I think Tupac came out nice. I think it looks dope. I think this is an improvement from where I was in the past, so can't ask for much more. Happy with it, honestly. Honestly, I'm happy with it. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys have any tips, any pointers, or who you think I should paint next. Thank you guys for watching. And come back, because there's more to come, for sure. More to come, always.